Hey y'all. Hey Dion Sophie. Hey. Happy Friday. It's Friday. Hey. 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 Girl, I want to talk about this new show I've been watching on. It's called Unlock Family Secrets. Have you seen it, Dion Sophie? Baby. We gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about this show. It's on the OWN channel. It's called Unlock Family Secrets. Y'all come in, hit the like, say hey, speak. Just don't come in looking at me. Hey Natasha, thank you, y'all. Y'all, I got up. I said, let me get myself together. Let me put my clothes on because I gotta run some errands. Okay. So let me dilly-dally. Let me dilly-dally. So I did a little bit of dilly-dallying. I went and ran some errands. But, yeah, y'all. We got to talk about this show, baby. We got to talk about this show. It's called Unlock Family Secrets. It's on the OWN channel. We got to talk about it, okay? Have y'all seen it? If y'all have not seen it, I want y'all to go see it because, hey, how are you? We have got to talk about this show. It's called Unlock Family Secrets. One of the episodes was about a preacher that's here in Atlanta that was the pastor of Tabernacle Baptist Church here in Atlanta. He was gay. He was with his wife for like 30 something years. And he was sleeping with men. He came back and told her he was bisexual and he was sleeping with men, and she still stayed with him. She's a baby boomer. She say, I stayed and hid his secrets because that's what my mama did for my daddy. Didn't we talk about that? Haven't we always said that? Haven't we always said that? Y'all, let me see what y'all saying. Let me see. Y'all got to go watch it. It's called Unlock Family Secrets. One of the episodes is about a minister that was gay. He told his wife he was gay. He told his wife he was sleeping with men. She had to go bail him out of jail because he was soliciting an undercover police officer that was claimed to be a male prostitute. After he told her he was gay, bisexual, or whatever, she stayed with him for 20 plus years until they moved to Atlanta, and he became pastor of the Tabernacle Baptist Church. If you live in Atlanta, y'all know the church. And I kept looking at this episode and I was like, these people look familiar. And here's the tea. They got 3 grown sons. One of the sons is gay and he has the big H. One of the sons approached me when I was at my nail salon suite. He approached me, said that he was running for a mayor of Atlanta, and he was selling these juices, fresh juices and fruit, and he gave me his card to come to his fundraising to raise money to become a mayor of Atlanta. And here's the kicker. How about the church eventually found out that the pastor was gay? How about the wife headed the teaching ministry in the church? He had her hire his lover. At the time, she didn't know it was his lover. He met his lover at one of these sex places here in Atlanta. He was 53 at the time. His lover was 27. How about she hired his lover, y'all? And the lover was sitting up in church right next to her all the time and working in her ministry, and she didn't even know it. Y'all have got to go look at this. Unsolved family secrets. Unsolved family secrets. Yeah, yes, yes. She stayed with him. She stayed with this man for 30 years knowing that he was sleeping around with men and exposing herself. He did get a STD and he came back and told her she needed to go get checked. Don't you know the lady still stayed with him after that? Y'all, we have got to love ourselves as women. She stayed with him. No, when she left him was when he said, "This is my lover. This is my man. I'm leaving you for him. I want to be with him." That's when she had to let go. You know what she said? "I didn't want to be alone. I didn't want to be alone, and I wanted my family." This lady, she's 72, 74 now. The man, they're still in Atlanta. The man married his partner. At the end of the episode, they all sitting in the her ex-husband and his husband's house. She in there cooking. And all of the boys and her sitting around the table. It is okay to forgive. God say you have to forgive. But he didn't say put yourself in an uncomfortable situation. She still wants to be attached to that man after he told her, "I don't even like women. I don't even like women." He told her in the beginning of their marriage, when the police called her in the middle of the night and said, "Hey, your husband has been arrested. You need to come pick him up." She say, "Arrested for what?" She get down to the police station. They tell her he was soliciting male prostitutes. She bails him out. He comes home and say, "I'm bisexual. I like men." They go on with their marriage. She said, "All right, well, we can work through this. We gonna go to therapy." Y'all, today, I was just sitting here and I'm working. It's quiet in here. Now I had an option, turn TV on, turn TV off. But this morning I was doing my devotion. I was reading my Bible and, doing my morning devotion. And I say, and something just came over me. Peace. Peace past all understanding. When that man came back and told his wife, "I'm bisexual. I like men." He didn't hide it and he wasn't sneaking around. It wasn't no he wasn't no DL man. He told her. She said, "All right, we'll just go to therapy. You just a a sex addict. We'll go to therapy. Don't worry about it." She wanted the fame, the money she got from the church. That's what that dummy wanted. Yes. Yes. Natasha, have you seen it? Y'all, I was sitting here last night and I was like, "You got to be shitting me." She goes to pick him up from the police station. He said, "I ain't gonna hide nothing from her." And now in the confessionals, they interviewing him and interviewing her. She's saying her confessional, he's saying his confessional, and you can tell he just as sad. He just as sassy as he want to be. The typical here in Atlanta. First, they moved away from. They were in some part of Birmingham. I think they were in Birmingham or Alabama. They moved away from Alabama. He wanted to go to synagogue school. He went to school, then he became a big pastor at the church in California. They found out that he was messing with men. So then he left there. He came to Atlanta, and so they thought they was gonna have a fresh start. He gets here, all the places to come. He gets here. down at one of these little freaky stores that they have here in Atlanta. Meet this man. So once again, he's still sleeping around with men, exposing her to all kind of diseases. So in the midst of all this, their son come out and say that he's gay. She is devastated. She said the only thing, y'all, we get so caught up and detached from ourselves, and not just with men, but with our children, with anything that we love, anything that is significant to us. This woman said, the first thing I thought about when my son came out was him catching the H. Y'all know what the H is. Ma'am, you didn't think about your husband sleeping with men would expose you to the H, or you could get the H? Sure enough, a year after the son came out, he did catch the H. She was devastated. She was devastated when he said that he was gay, and he was devastated. She was devastated when he said he had the H. Now the other one, Robbie, the other one. Girl, don't act like I don't like the other one. Robbie, the Cash App in the bio. The Cash App in the bio. Yes. Yes. I'm trying not to tell y'all the whole thing, but I had to come on here and share because this is so related to what we've been talking about. As far as want to be in a relationship and have a marriage. She was so wrapped up on the fact of having a husband, being in a, that was a well-known pastor. When he came here, the congregation grew. He was a well-known pastor. They had the money, the cars. She said when they moved here, he said, I'm going to build you a brand new house. He built her a brand new house. All the time, this man was sleeping with men. She was sharing her husband with other men. She said the therapist said, well, you just have a sex addiction, and we're going to give you some medication. She said, no, our sex life is good, so we don't want you to take no medication. Successful woman, beautiful, engineer, educated, could have easily walked away from him. She said that she was like her mother. Her mother kept secrets about her father cheating on her mother. But 9 out of 10, the mother probably didn't have the resources to leave. That's what happened usually with women, baby boomers and on up. Back then, they didn't have the resources to leave. They wasn't educated. They didn't have the money. They didn't have no jobs. But this woman had the resources. When she went to go pick that joker up and bail him out of jail because he had been soliciting male prostitutes, that's when she should have left. When he came home and told her, I like men, and I've been sleeping with men for years. She said, okay, no problem. We'll just go to therapy. He said he wasn't going to do it again. Well, 30 years within the marriage, he kept doing it. Y'all, it's crazy. And now, this woman is okay. I'm about to start taking people out because y'all doing too much. I'm on here talking business and y'all doing too much. Y'all doing too much. Okay? Y'all doing too much. Y'all must don't know about me. I am Felicia. They call me Miss V. Over here, we talk about everything around Gen X, baby boomers, lifestyle, pop culture, current events, menopause, perimenopause. We don't have all that foolishness over here. Cash app in the bio. But y'all, I was like, hey, I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So now this lady, she could have left him 30 years ago and got remarried and had her somebody. He didn't sacrifice his happy. He went and got what he wanted, and that was a young man. And him and the young man are married now. They're married now, y'all. So you got this lady that is 74. That's sitting down at the dinner table with her husband that is 72 and his partner that is 40 something, and their 3 boys all eating dinner together. You couldn't pay me to do that, because that you deceive me, you expose my health. I wouldn't be like that, because the minute you came home and told me you like men, that would have been over for me. Women, ladies, we gotta do better. It is okay to be by yourself. Don't I look fine? I'm okay. I'm sitting here drinking my water. Blessed. You don't have to put up with things that are going to jeopardize your health, your mental health, your emotional health. Especially when somebody show you who they are. This man didn't hide it. This wasn't no down. He came out and told her, I like men. She said, okay. Drugs were involved. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it was. I don't know if she was, or if she. I don't know. I don't want to say this, Natasha, but I don't think the lady was mentally stable. What in the world would make you want to stay with somebody that exposed you? She was worried about her son catching HIV more so than her husband getting it and giving it to her, because all the time he was out sleeping with men. He was sleeping with her too. She said they had a great sex life. She said, we have a great sex life. So they get ready to sit down and tell their children. The kids said, we had a great life growing up. We never saw mom and dad argue. We never know anything like this was going on until we got older. Three boys. It's just, y'all watch it. It's called Unlock Family Secrets. It's on. I want y'all to watch it, and I want us to just do better about, the decisions that we make. And that's another example. Longevity in a marriage or relationship does not mean it's a good marriage or a relationship. They were married for over 30 years. The entire 30 years, he was sleeping with men. The entire marriage, he was sleeping with men. And earlier in the marriage, she knew that. But every time he would get caught, he would say he wouldn't do it. But he had been sleeping with multiple men, of course, watching porn. Yes, 30 years or more. They got married, what, in the early 70s? Late 70s, I think she said 78, 75. So more. She's like 74 now. Nice looking woman. He went on, men get what they want. And they have no regrets or feel no type of way about it. He wanted a man. He left his wife for a man. And it almost sucked the life out of her. Her son said she lost so much weight afterwards. She even said, I didn't want to be alone. I didn't want to be alone. But you rather be exposed and sick and not here for your children? Yeah, 50 years. Yeah, they had been married a minute. The entire marriage. Y'all go watch it. And at the beginning of the relationship, there were signs he really didn't like her. But you know how sometimes as women we throw ourselves on a man, but deep down inside we really, he really ain't feeling you. You like him more than he like you. That was the situation. And he even said that she wasn't his type, but she could cook and the sex was good. So he did at some point like having sex with women, but he preferred more so at the end with the man. Now, live your life how you want to live it. I ain't knocking nobody for that. But what I am saying as a woman to other women, put yourself first. Put yourself first. And when I say that, children, husband, cousin, mother, you cannot pour from an empty cup. How are you going to pour into others when you're empty? And that lady was empty. She said the family was number one. Our family, our family. Our family, our family. Yes, respect yourself. She kept saying, our family, our family. She said the family was first. So she said she did that to keep her family together. But all the time you keeping your family together, this man and gave you the GSTD, came home and told you, I got the GSTD. Go get yourself checked. And you stayed with him. And when you hear, a lot of times in some cases, when you hear married women who have STDs, and you be like, she married, this is why. This is why. Because a man like that, he was a pastor leading a flock. When he came out and told the church down there at Tabernacle, some of the members left, some of them stayed. Of course, he got a lot of gay members because they felt like he was like him. Some of them stayed, some of them left. A lot of them in the church knew that he was messing around with his husband that he's married to now. Can you imagine you sitting on the same pew with your husband, pastor, boyfriend? But she said they're the best friends ever now. And he said he's so happy to be able to live in his truth. He happy. He's so happy, he bringing his happy around her. Girl, if you don't go on somewhere and leave that man alone and close that chapter in your life. Lord, chapter is like, yes, it is. It's a mess. Yes, like ponytail, yes. Y'all, it's a mess. When I was looking at it, I was like, and then I kept looking at him because I said, these people look familiar. But one of the sons approached me selling some juices. And he gave me his little flyer. He running for, they say he faking, he really not, allegedly he really not running for the mayor of Atlanta. Y'all know to run for the mayor of Atlanta is like a huge thing. But I said, and she's still with him. They still having family gatherings together. She over at their house cooking dessert that the ex-husband liked in their kitchen. He liked the way she bake and cook. So she go over to the house and bake and cook for her ex-husband and his wife. Y'all, this not no movie. This real life. Y'all go watch it. Go watch it. I couldn't believe it. She told that man, that's all right, you can go to therapy. You can go to convert. They have a thing called conversion therapy, where you can be conversed out of a situation, or you can change from a certain type of behavior or characteristics. So they was going to try to change his, desire to be with men mentally. Well, that didn't work. They was in counseling for over a year. That didn't work. She said, don't worry about it. We good. She's 70, a baby boomer, turning her head. Who that sound like? Sound a little bit like Shirley Strawberry, don't it? To have a man. Family, want a man. Don't want to be alone. Don't want to be alone. Some people don't know how to be alone with themselves. The best way of honoring yourself is to have the ability to sit with oneself and to be alone. And some women can't do that. Some men can't do that. And this woman couldn't do that. She said it. She said, I had to learn how to be alone. And my heart just went out to her. Your happy is within. It's not in a man. It's not in money. It's not in cars, materialistic things. It's within. And until you can find your happy and your peace within, you will always be in situations with bad outcomes, like this woman. When it was so clear. And I ain't even mad at him. I don't even have a problem with him. Because he stood 10 toes down in his truth. And one thing I do have for people, much love, much respect, is when you stand, when you know who you are, and when you accept who you are, and you stand in it, I ain't got no problem with you. He knew who he was. As a matter of fact, he said, I am so glad my son came out and said he was gay and wasn't like me trying to hide it for so many years. Pushing the issue, yes. But what about her happy? Yeah. Her new. Exactly. Exactly. Right. Yep. Yes. Hey, Toya. How you doing? I'm so glad to see you. All is well. Thank you. I was talking about this new show on called Unsolved Family Secrets, where this woman stayed with her husband for what 50 years, and he told her he was gay, he liked men, and he was sleeping with men the whole time they were married, and she didn't leave him, he left her for the man, and that's the thing, y'all. She never left him. She never left him. He left her. He left her for the man. And he said, I still love her. He said, but I love my husband more. I want to be with a man. But yeah, y'all, go watch it. I just thought it was relevant to what all the things that we talk about. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Shirley Strawberry, being that baby boomer age and just wanting somebody, and from the story that she told, they both came from good backgrounds. Both of them had their parents in the house. Her father didn't sound like her father was shit. But yes, I miss y'all. Okay, doing well, my baby. Oh, she did. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's so sweet. Her pretty self. Yeah, go watch it. So it just kind of remind me, it kind of remind me of Shirley a little bit, Sonia a little bit, just, and so I was asking Samantha about it, and she was like, Mom, that lady is not mentally stable. She couldn't have been. She couldn't have been. Oh, she couldn't have been. I don't know, y'all. I'm just on here just trying to advocate for us to be the best we can be as women. That's all. I just want us to be the best that we can be. Oh, Natasha saying happy birthday to the baby. That's a big deal, number 2. Is she acting like a 2-year-old, a terrible 2, or she's sweet? That's a big deal. I know she telling you no, no, no to everything and shaking that head, baby. But yeah, y'all, I just think that we have to, we just have to try to love ourselves a little bit more, Try to love ourselves a little bit more. Okay, I will. Most definitely. Most definitely. And this woman was like, had a ministry in the church. And she was teaching. And he was in the pulpit teaching. So I'm sure they had, a lot of churchgoers looking up to them. And a lot of people in the church knew that he was sleeping with men. And they were trying to tell her. But when, in the part of the interview, when they said they moved to Atlanta, I knew it was over then. Yes. Teaching dean. Yes. So they were, they were, he was preaching, and yeah. And that's another thing. You gotta watch who you follow, and you just gotta stay in the spirit of discernment, because this right here this one took me. And I think what really threw me off was she stayed with him. You know, I wasn't surprised that he was living that lifestyle. The shocker came to me is she stayed. She stayed. Yeah, so is every episode. Yep, every episode is about a different family. The next one I watch, I ain't gonna tell y'all all of the episodes, but every episode, and it seems like they're kind of gearing towards African Americans. Yep. You're not surprised I was surprised she stayed. But then, how often do you all think that happens? Where a husband comes home and tell his wife, I'm gay, I like men, or I've been sleeping with men, and the woman stays. How often? Attractive woman, she still looks good in her 70s. She looks good. Good looking woman. Yep, they just want a man. They don't care. And she just said she said her family, and she didn't want to be lonely. And that was she said, that's all I saw. Not that I need to protect my health. She didn't say nothing about, she said, I never thought that I could get the age. I never thought that I could get something like that. I see, yeah, something wrong with her. Something wrong with her. But she and they friends. At the end of the episode, they show them all sitting down together eating a dessert that she fixed in their house because she can cook. And I guess his partner can't cook. And then he said that was one of the main reasons why he married her, because she could cook. So she's still cooking for everybody. Some women don't mind. So y'all think there's a lot of women out there? So that's normal. So there are women. So there are women out there that are married to men, and they know that the men sleep with other men. Y'all. So there are, and y'all just help me, because y'all know I'm a Gen X, and you know, my vision is a little bit different, than what, I'm a little bit, my vision is a little bit, I know they say there's no black and white, but mine just a little bit, I'm just not that advanced when it comes to stuff like that. Lavender marriage. Oh, that's what they call it. Dion Salt Bay. It's called a lavender marriage. That's why I love my community over here. I love y'all. If y'all in here, y'all hadn't hit the like, subscribe, and share, please subscribe to the channel, because these are the kind of conversations that we have over here. We have candid, transparent conversations. My tribe, my community over here, they are extremely intelligent, witty, funny, very insightful. I'm telling y'all, it's more common than you would think. Is it, Toya? Toya is my millennial. Is it, Toya? Well, y'all know, I ain't really been. So there is a thing. It's called lavender marriage. And it's coming. Jackie, Harry, and Tony. Really? And Tony Braxton. Tony Braxton? You think she in the lavender? allegedly Tony Braxton is in a lavender marriage with Birdman. Allegedly. Is that what y'all saying? Lisa Manley was in one. Really? He was kissing love. Yes. Okay. So this episode is not uncommon. But what would make a with all the things that you can be exposed to, why would a woman desire to be in a relationship like that, knowing that it could jeopardize your health? Lavender marriage. Okay, y'all. That's what it's called, and it's common. All right, y'all. Y'all go watch this episode, Lavender Marriage. So do y'all think? But you know what? She's a baby boomer, so she kicked this thing off, and she probably didn't even realize, what type of situation she was in. She didn't even realize it. A lot of women won't admit to certain people because of the negative connotation associated with it. Yes, there used to be a lot of lavender marriage. Wait a minute, Natasha. Not the military, Natasha. So there's allegedly a lot of marriages in the military. Lavender marriages. So we're talking about, I'm glad y'all gave me the correct name and title of what I watched on that episode of Unlock Family Secrets. That's what it's called. There has to be something psychologically wrong with a woman who wants to be. And she said she went to therapy. They both were in therapy. But she thought therapy would change him. So I guess women like that just want a man. They don't want to be by themselves, so they just just want a man. And she wanted all the nice, she said they had nice cars. He bought her a 7-bedroom. He built her a 7-bedroom house from the ground up when they moved here to Atlanta. Lavender marriages. Wow. My first job when I started. Wow, women in health. Wow, and I'd be surprised at the things people. Yes. Openly admit to. I can imagine being in healthcare to where I can imagine women knowing. It's one thing not to know and you get something like that, but to know and then you get something you can't get rid of because you chose to be with somebody that opted in this lifestyle that you did not opt in when you married him. But this man was like, he could have told her before he married her. He could have told her before he married her. Oh man, y'all. This is crazy. Bitch, Jackie. Okay, I am Elgin Charles. I am. My step cousin was gay and married a lesbian. They wanted children and to be ostracized. What? Okay, y'all, I learned something new today. Lavender marriages. That's why I like y'all. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go. Let me go back to work. I'm just too through. I appreciate y'all jumping on. Please like, subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna title this Lavender Marriages. Cause that's what I watched. And it's coming. In this day and time, it's coming. In this day and time, it's coming. And she still wants to be a part of this man's life. That's why she cooking for him and his husband. He say, this is my husband, and this is my ex-wife. And we're all together with our boys. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great weekend. Do something great for yourself. I'm just y'all. I just can't wrap my head around it. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Go watch it, and then y'all come back in the chat. Let me know what y'all think. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a great weekend. Bye.